Everybody's practicing except Jamie. Okay?
So Tracy's like in the final stage.
Mm-hmm.
Do the neurologist this afternoon?
You will.
Yeah, hopefully.
What's Runyon popped up on the injury report.
Foot.
But anything to be concerned about?
No. Sore foot.
Jamie's the only guy who you've ruled out for Sunday at this point.
Yes.
And the other injured guys, would you say you're mostly optimistic about the rest of them? Or?
I think today will be an important day for the ones that haven't practiced to see where they're at. You know, the Bryces, the Amir, those kind of guys. See how they do.
Flat trending to play.
Yep.
Obviously, the offensive success hasn't been there at home so far this season specifically. Anything this week you do differently? You change up? You try?
No, I mean we have our schedule. We got to go out there and play and coach well.
What do you think has allowed Tracy to have so many I don't know, whatever the definition of explosive is, big runs?
Yeah.
Like 7, 8, 9, 10 and more.
He's a good player. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got power, he's got good vision. I think the plays have been blocked well too, and he's made plays when they aren't blocked, and that's what good running backs need to do too, where it's not perfectly blocked and he can score through even if it's 2 or 3. But I think some of his power and explosiveness has shown up, running through tacklers or making a guy miss in space. He's done a good job. He's earned his playing time, and he'll continue to play. He's performing well, so he's earned what he's getting.
As you've always said, you've been in this league a long time. You see a lot of guys. I mean, there are guys who are identified as traits guys, but that doesn't always translate into performance. Is there something you could point to for Tracy, why he's able to produce this soon when he was really a traits guy? I mean,
yeah. No, I just think the type of guy that he is, he does have all the right, kind of off-field traits, the way he prepares, his intelligence, his commitment to the team, his character. And then I think Joel Thomas has done a great job with him. And he puts a lot of work into it. I think having Motor be there for a sounding board has helped him. And then again, you have to go out there and do it. You work hard in practice, you do all the preparation, and that's important. It's very important, but the most important is how you perform on game day. And he's performed. Continues to perform like that.
Over left tackle again?
Yep.
We'll look at that and wonder, you're the 7th pick tackle from a couple years ago. Doesn't even seem to be in the mix. Why is that the case?
Well, I wouldn't say he's not in the mix. He works some jumbo stuff for us, and based on how things are going, or an injury, he'd be one of the next guys in.
You came into training camp with him as the starting right tackle.
Yeah.
Obviously, wasn't ready. So I guess there's a disconnect there of how you went from there to him.
Well, I would say Jermaine went to right tackle, and Jermaine's played well. So need to continue to play well, but he's Jermaine earned his spot. How you doing today? You good?
Awesome.
Okay. Thanks, buddy.
Given how Hubbard played on Monday,
Yeah.
I guess people would look at it and say, why not move Jermaine to left tackle and put Evan at right tackle?
What people?
Us, fans.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
no, I'm with you.
Just people who are observing from the outside. So just from your perspective, why not do that?
Yeah, Hubbard's played 58 games or 59 after the Pittsburgh game. Has good experience, has some familiarity with what we do. He's, I think he's, improving as he learns the system, communicates with the guys, and again, we'll see where we're at. But he's a true pro, and he did a lot of good things, and improved this week as we go.
Have you changed the quarterback reps at all this week?
No.
When a guy typically plays well against another guy, do you put like one specific matchup? I'm talking about Deonte Banks against Terry McLaurin, has historically played him pretty well. Does that give a guy confidence? Does that carry over from week to week? Does familiarity breed?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's a better question for the players that are competing against one another. I think you have to be at your top of your game when you're playing a player like 17, who got to evaluate him coming out of Ohio State, go to dinner with him. I have a tremendous amount of respect for him, and then you put the plays on tape that he's had here this year, but really all the years he's played. he's an explosive player, and we're going to have our work cut out for us. All of us doing a good job of trying to create some negative plays and eliminate some of the big plays, explosive plays that he makes.
How much stress does it put on you when you have a guy who scrambles for, on third down like Daniels does?
It puts stress on every down when you play
Well,
a guy
I'm
like that.
saying particularly like, you might have some down
I mean,
up
it's a challenge because he can do it. I think he can do it with three things. I think he can do it with his mind. I think he's a very instinctive player who has good anticipation, touch, accuracy. And for a young quarterback, that's always a challenge, but you can see that he can do that. He can do it with his arm angles, arc and pace, drive throws, and then obviously he can do it with his legs. And when you have a quarterback that can do all those three things and do it in critical situations, the play that he made to McLaurin against Cincinnati at the end of the game, and there's a free runner in his face, and he throws the ball before McLaurin's 4 yards off the line of scrimmage and drops a dime in the end zone. I mean, that's hard to do. Or the play he makes to McLaurin when he scrambles out to the right, there's three guys on him, he lofts up a 40-yarder in stride and hit him. Those are tough players to defend. He's got all the traits of being an excellent quarterback.
What have you seen from Deonte Banks this week in terms of how he's responded?
He's had a good week. Yep, he's had a good week.
Dan has pretty active linebackers, Bobby and Frank. How are they complimenting each other?
Well, I'd say they're very physical too. They are tough to block when they blitz. They're instinctive, and Wagner. You're talking about Wagner? Are you talking about?
Wagner is Frankie.
Yeah. They're.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Wagner. I have saw him before the game last game. He's been in this league for a reason for a long time, and he makes a ton of plays. He's very, very smart. Luvu is a hard person to block. Wherever you want to put him, but he's a thumper. That hit that he had on Malik chasing him down the field too, I think, is a great example of that. Great effort, toughness, good two inside guys for Washington.